It's one of the greatest questions in history. What if Rome never fell? Imagine a world where the Roman Empire, instead of collapsing in the 5th century CE, endured for centuries longer. A world where the eternal city's legions still marched, its roads still bound continents together, and its laws and culture shaped the destiny of billions. Today, we step into that alternate history and discover how different our world might have been. The Rome that was by the 2nd century CE, under emperors like Trajan and Hadrian, Rome stood at its height. From the stormy coasts of Britannia to the deserts of Egypt, from the Pillars of Hercules to the rivers of Mesopotamia, the empire ruled over 60 million people. Its roads stretched for 250,000 miles. Its cities gleamed with marble, and its legions seemed unstoppable. But by the 5th century, that greatness had unraveled. Corruption, economic strain, barbarian invasions, and civil wars shattered the West. In 476 CE, the last emperor, Romulus Augustulus, was deposed, marking the symbolic end of the Western Roman Empire. Yet the question lingers, what if that never happened? What if Rome had survived? A different dark ages in our timeline, Rome's collapse plunged Europe into what historians once called the Dark Ages. Knowledge was lost, roads crumbled, trade collapsed, literacy plummeted. But in a world where Rome endured, there would be no sudden plunge into darkness. Imagine Roman schools teaching not just Latin literature, but advanced sciences preserved and expanded instead of forgotten. Imagine aqueducts still bringing clean water to cities, and Roman engineers pushing their innovations further instead of watching them rot. Medicine, architecture, and education might have advanced centuries earlier. The Renaissance could have happened in the year 800 instead of 1400. The Industrial Revolution, instead of the 18th century, might have begun in the 10th. Humanity might already be exploring the stars. Military and technology, Rome's survival would have transformed warfare. Instead of medieval knights, imagine legions equipped with steel armor, advanced siege engines, and perhaps even early gunpowder, a technology known in China centuries before Europe discovered it. Rome, with its trade networks stretching east via the Silk Road, might have adopted and perfected such inventions far earlier. With a stable empire, scientific inquiry could have flourished. Greek fire, aqueduct hydraulics, advanced glassmaking, all could have developed into forms of modern technology a millennium earlier. The Romans already experimented with steam-powered devices like Hero of Alexandria's Ialopile. In an unbroken Rome, that curiosity might have birthed engines, machines, and industry long before our timeline. Religion and culture. Another great change, Christianity. In our world, Rome's adoption of Christianity as the state religion shaped Europe for centuries. But if the empire had remained strong and pragmatic, might it have tolerated multiple faiths rather than enforcing one? A multi-faith Rome could have avoided centuries of religious wars and preserved more of the ancient world's philosophy, art, and science. Latin would have remained the global language, uniting Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. Imagine a world where billions still spoke a modernized Latin, and Roman law provided a universal code of justice. The cultural divisions we know today might never have existed. Global exploration. Perhaps the most thrilling speculation. Global exploration. In our history, it was the fractured kingdoms of Europe that launched voyages of discovery. But in a surviving Rome, the empire would have had the resources, shipbuilding skill, and ambition to explore first. Roman fleets might have crossed the Atlantic 1,000 years before Columbus. South America could have been a Roman province. Imagine Roman legions marching through the Andes, Roman architects carving cities beside the Amazon, or Roman merchants trading in the ports of East Asia. The world map as we know, it might look entirely different. A world without America, but not all outcomes would be positive. A Rome that never fell, might also have been a Rome that never changed. The empire's rigid social order could have stifled freedom and innovation. The Senate might have withered into irrelevance under endless emperors. Slavery might have lasted much longer, slowing technological progress. And vast swaths of the world might have been Roman colonies, ruled without the chance for independent nations to rise. Would democracy, as we know it, exist? Or would we all still live under the shadow of a single empire? The legacy that remains in truth: Rome never completely disappeared. Its eastern half, the Byzantine Empire, endured for nearly 1,000 years more. Its language, Latin, became the root of many modern tongues. Its laws shaped Europe's justice systems. Its architecture inspired everything from cathedrals to capitals. But the dream of an unbroken Rome remains one of history's most tantalizing what-ifs. A world with no fall of Rome would almost certainly be richer, more advanced, but perhaps also less free. So what if Rome never fell? Would we be traveling to Mars already, guided by satellites launched from Roman-built engines? Or would we still kneel before emperors, our lives dictated by the will of one eternal empire? One thing is certain: the echoes of Rome are still with us today. Its fall may have reshaped the world, but its survival could have reshaped the universe. And if you want more epic journeys into history's greatest what-ifs, make sure you subscribe to the Roman Scroll. Because the past is not set in stone, and the questions it leaves behind can be more powerful than any empire.